Okay, I'm not sure if it'll sound strange, but the first tutorial I have up, it sounded like my voice was kind of choppy. I'm not sure, but I hope it's not when it hits YouTube, because I just got done with the first tutorial. But anyways, here's part two. Okay, so I open this back up, and here we have where we left off, which is this thing right here. This hello with the play options and exit. So let's go back to our. I'm in my camera. You should be in your camera anyways. I just got out, but anyways, you should have your arrow thing selected, which is this little black thing that scroll down over play options and exit. So I'm going to add, and add. And I'll connect them all. And I'll change always to property and equal. Keep equal there and property move, and change the value to 1 and minimize those two, and then change motion to scene and set scene. Now if you don't have another scene, that's like your actual game, so I'm going to add a new scene. This is going to be your game. Now if you already have your game, what you're going to do is say this is your game. Blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna add a bunch of crap. Okay. Okay, I'm back. And my mom just called me for something. Anyways, okay, I'll add a bunch of stuff like I was talking about. Yeah. Okay, just pretend this is your game. What you would do from here, you would go up here and add a new scene, and you would call that like menu or something, and then you would add everything on here. So I'll actually rename this to menu. So that's how you would do it. You would go from your game, which I'll just rename this to game instead of scene. Okay, now this originally be called scene. This is where you probably started out at, but then you would add a new scene, and you would name it menu, and then that's where all this stuff would come in. All of this stuff would come in there. So from there you would do all this stuff, and since we already have a game, well, it's really a game, but if you want to put a menu in, you would, which is I guess someone did want a menu. So I'll put in for scene, I'll put game, because that's the name of the scene that has your game, which is named game. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Anyways, you would put game in, and then you would add a new sensor, only a sensor, and you would connect that to the one up here, to the last property you made, which is what sets the scene to game. Then change keyboard to like spacebar or enter or something. So now I can move around on here, and I can hit spacebar all I want, as long as, and then when I go up to play and I hit spacebar, it should take me to this scene with all the stuff in it. Which it's because I didn't have another camera there that it didn't show any of this stuff, but that's how you would do it. And then it would be the same thing for options, like say you just write a bunch of text or something. You add 2 sensors and 1 controller and actuator. You would connect both of the sensors to the controller, and you would change the first always to like property equal prop 3, or no, prop would be move, right? Yeah, it'd be move. Oh, capitals do count, so if you wrote it in capitals, you want capitals. I had a bunch of problems with that when I was doing some other stuff. So make sure it's capitals, and say value is 3. So that would be like frame 3, so when it's down here at exit, and you hit keyboard space or enter or whatever you have, then you go down here and change motion to, you would change it to, oh, what am I looking for? I forgot what it was called. It was, oh, game. Change motion to game. And then start a new game, change that to quit this game. And then you would add it all together. So now if I go up here to play and I hit space, it takes me to there. And if I go down here to exit and I hit it, it will take me out of it. It will take me out of the game. It's just like hitting escape. Which is kind of pointless because, I mean, escape is I mean, how easy is this? Just hit escape. But I guess if you were lazy and you didn't want to move your card 2 inches, I guess you could do this and end it like that, but that's pretty much all that it is. I mean, if you want to do some cool stuff like add some motion to your background, location, take it to 20 frames, do some rotating there, make it a little bit bigger, go back to 40 frames, go way over here, size it down a whole lot, make it so you can still see your stuff, and then test it out, see if it, do something like that, and then add an ad for that, and then run IPO ping pong 1 to 40, and then change that to, and go to always and connect them all. So when I hit P, it should do something strange like that, as you can see. So I can still move this and stuff, but I mean, it's just some cool stuff you can do with this. And by the way, if you don't do that, you want to exit out all those so it doesn't do it when you're in the game, so it just stays static. Now what you're going to do is you're going to save it as save it whatever your game name is. So I'll just save it as menu. And what you're going to do is you're going to delete all these extra stuff. Make sure you saved it, or this will be for nothing. And no header. Get rid of all the headers and join areas. Okay, I got really lucky, and it looks like this. But sometimes it will look something like this. You have these edges. What you want to do is you just want to size that up and over, so it looks like that, but that's how mine looked like anyways. So in case you wanted like a full screen game or something, this is what it would look like. But you would have to go through a bunch of anyway, so yeah, that's what you would do. You would make this, and you would go back and you would save it, and until it looked like this, and that would be full screen, and it will still work. So if I press P, go down here to exit, still exits the game, hit P. Options doesn't do anything because I didn't do anything to it, but what you would do is you go to property, move, and then equal to value 2, because that's your second frame. 1, 2, and 3. Or you could do it backwards, this would be 1, 2, and 3. But, I don't know, I like going up to down because it's just less time consuming. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It pretty much does that. It goes up, but it goes up 1 more frame, but then it jumps back down 3. So I can keep on doing this as much as I want. If I hit play and hit space, it takes me to my game. And that's pretty much how you make a menu in Blender. Simple as that. It's just how you make different levels for your game, except for you do that, and it takes you to different parts of your game. So yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with this. So thanks for watching.